Thanks for joining us for Elko Live today. Our show is featuring our guest from California Trail Interpretive Center. It's time to go outdoors and enjoy, of course, a beautiful nature. And I know it's snowy, but that just means we have more opportunities to play in the snow and some beautiful places, and even visit California Trail Interpretive Center. We're going to find out from Amanda Halsey, the interpretive naturalist from the center, and Evie Forster, who's the education outreach lead for our local center. Ladies, welcome to the program. Thanks for coming on today. Hi,
Thanks
Evie.
for having us.
Hi, Amanda.
Thank you for having us.
Great to see both of you, and we're really excited to talk about several weeks of all kinds of exciting things coming up and going on. And if people do want to get outdoors, Amanda, they can strap on some snowshoes and traipse around the center, right?
Absolutely, yes. We do have our snowshoes available for people to come and get. It is totally free. We just have a little sign-out system, and you can take them. I think we ask that you don't take them for more than 5 days. That way, there's some for everybody. But yeah, the snow's coming, so it's time to get out there and get in it.
That's great, Amanda. Thank you. And you can either traipse around there on site, or there's some gorgeous places. And that's the beauty of having our public lands specialist available to us. They can tell us the cool places to go depending on your skills and what it is that you want to accomplish. We are on the verge of Pioneer Christmas, like all this month, right, Amanda?
Yes, absolutely. Pioneer Christmas is coming up, and it's my favorite. It's always my favorite. I love Christmas. So Evie is actually the lead on this year's Pioneer Christmas, so I will turn it over to her so she can tell us all about it.
Yes, I'm very excited about Pioneer Christmas. I've been working on it all month long. I'm very excited for this grand event that we're having. I do recommend carpooling. Pioneer Christmas will be on December 16th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We will have Christmas stories with Miss Claus and Mr. Santa Claus too at 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. And we'll also have the Southwind Band playing at this grand event. And then we also have a variety of different activities occurring. You can make rag dolls if you want to make it for a friend or a family member, or you can even have it for yourself. We'll have Christmas ornaments where you can make your own Christmas ornament and put it on the tree at the trail center, or you can take it home and put it on your own Christmas tree. And the list is endless of what we have here at this event. So feel free to show up anytime between 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on December 16th to come out and check out these free activities that we have for Pioneer Christmas.
Pioneer Christmas. And you like to get a head count, or have you really stocked up the supplies on this one? Because it's super popular.
Oh yeah, so I've been keeping an eye on the number of people online who have clicked interested on our Facebook page. But I looked at our stats from last year, and I made sure to buy all of the supplies ahead of time. But I do say that make sure that you guys do come on the early end. That way you can see all of the activities we have. But I bought a lot of stuff for this event, like a lot of things.
Oh, that's good, because there's nothing more sad than a little kid on Christmas that didn't get to do their craft. Right, exactly. So that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I think we had about 400 people last year that came through for it, which was really amazing. And then if you have been out to the center, you do know that we have like limited parking out there. And if you guys came out for the solar eclipse event, you know that we were able to park you out in the field and stuff, which was great. But unfortunately, in December with the snow, that's just not a possibility. So that's why we do ask people if they're going to be going with their families to just go ahead and carpool. That way everybody can get there and get a parking spot. And then we'll have safety measures in place. That way people can find a spot if they're just rolling around. We'll get you in there.
Mm-hmm. Isn't it nice to be so loved?
Oh man, feels good.
Yeah, of course we're talking about our California Trail Interpretive Center, where every new edition just brings a new wave of people who are appreciating, our pioneer heritage and history, but also Native American. There are a lot of different stories that are being told at our center, so that's super cool.
Yeah, and actually last month we did an emphasis on our Facebook page about Native American heritage and things like that, and so we did a lot of fun posts about pine nut gatherings and things like that. And Macy ended the month on Sarah Winnemucca post, which has been so well received by the public. People love that information. And so, yeah, we love telling those stories as well. And people like hearing them. So we're going to keep doing it for you guys.
Oh, thank you so much. And again, our California Trail Center is so loved. And I don't know how you come up with all these cool activities. And you're doing things on Fridays too, because kids are out of school.
Yeah, that's been nice. So we've got that shorter week for the school, and so we've been able to do stuff on Fridays, and then we're adding a couple of things on Sundays as well. So actually, while we're talking about it, let me tell you some of the things we've got going on this month. So December 9th, which is next Saturday, we're going to be doing a story and craft. So I'll be reading a little bit from Rachel's journal, and we'll walk around the museum and just kind of experience the trip in a quick fashion. And then at the end of it, they can stick around and make handmade journals, which I have. Junk journals is what they're called, and they're really cool. So you use like recycled materials like old hamburger helper boxes and turn it into a beautiful handmade journal. That is a very fun craft to do, and so we're going to be doing that at 1 p.m. at the center next Saturday. And then after that, on Sunday, we will have holiday pot holders that you can come out and sew. Of course, we like to keep it authentic, so we'll have our 1800 sewing machine, no electricity required. But then Brenda, our seamstress, is going to bring out some more modern stuff as well. So if you don't feel too comfortable with the foot pedal, we'll have everything that everybody needs to make a beautiful holiday pot holder for a present or just to take home and make cookies with your family. And then, of course, we have our bows and throws every Sunday. So that's at 1 p.m. It alternates between knife and axe throwing and then archery. And if you want to know which one's going to be which, just give us a call or go to our Facebook page, and we can get you the right information if you wanted to do knives or archery. And then aside from Pioneer Christmas, the last thing that we have going on in December is our winter solstice snowshoe hike, which will be at the South Fork Meadows at 1 p.m. on the 21st. So Macy's going to be leading that. She's our Nevada Outdoor Schools representative out at the Trail Center, and she is just so much fun. I just recently went on a nighttime hike with her last week, and it was so fun. It was so beautiful just being out in the moonlight. So this is going to be a really fun one. It's the shortest day of the year, and we'll get out there and get in the snow a little bit.
What a great way to celebrate and feel that spirit of the season and enjoy the backcountry and nature, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's so pretty.
I'm glad you mentioned Nevada Outdoor School because they are an important partner and there are a lot of great collaborators. And I wanted to give Evie a chance to tell her tree harvesting story. Evie, it's just wonderful. And we should give a little backstory, right? Because you're new to the community.
Yes, I'm definitely new to the community. So I haven't experienced like a true winter. Before I was seasonal with the National Park Service, so I moved around a bunch. So usually when the weather started turning more towards snowy, I would probably leave within the month. So I haven't experienced a full proper winter, so I'm pretty excited about experiencing that here out in Elko. And one of the cool things that I realized that I was able to do was be able to cut my own Christmas tree. I had actually never even cut a Christmas tree before. My family and I, we would actually go out and purchase a Christmas tree, but getting to experience cutting down a Christmas tree was actually a lot of fun. I got to do it with my coworker / good friend, Macy. We went out to the Perque Mountains. Pequot, my bad. So I'm still learning the names of the mountains of this area, but
You're fine. You're great. We all do. Yes, we support you.
But I went to the Elko district office and I was able to get a tree cutting permit. And you can still get your tree cutting permits until December 24th. And you can pick up a permit at the Elko district office. And I went to the Pequot Mountains with my friend Macy, and we drove out there. I made sure that my tires were good to go. I have a truck. And so we drove out there, and it was snowy. And we decided to go down one of the dirt roads, and it started turning into like snowy mud. And my tires started to slip a little bit, and I was like, oh no, this is not good. So we decided to reverse and turn around and take a safer road. We made sure that we had plenty of food with us, warm clothes, a first aid kit, all the emergency stuff to be able to survive out there just in case we got stuck. But we made it out, and we went down another road, which was a lot easier, a lot safer. And then we pulled off on the side of the road, and we went to more of one of the denser forested areas, and we picked out a Christmas tree. And I told my friend, I was like, we're gonna pick out a small Christmas tree. I don't want one big because my apartment isn't gonna fit a big Christmas tree. So we went out, and I saw this Christmas tree from far away, and I went running up to it, and I was like, this is the tree that I want.
Calling to you.
It was calling my name, yes. Oh. And I got to that tree, and I realized that the tree was a little bit taller than me. I'm 5'8", so it was probably like a 6 foot tree, slightly bigger than that. And I cut down the tree, put my permit on it. We carried it back to my car, fit it in the back. We also got a Christmas tree for her too. And we drove back, and I carried it up to my apartment and placed it in my apartment and realized it kind of took up like half my apartment in size. And I was like, this is too big. And
but it smells amazing, right?
My apartment smells absolutely amazing. It smells like pinyon pine, wow. And it's the most loveliest smell. I did have to trim off some of the sides of it because it was kind of poking out extra on certain areas. But I decided that I'll be going home for Christmas for the winter time, so I'm really excited about that. So I decided that I'm going to bring my Christmas tree, my large Christmas tree, to the trail center, so that way all can enjoy. So if you want to see that Christmas tree that I chopped down, come out to the trail center, and I'll be more than happy to tell you the story personally too.
Well, Evie, you're a lovely storyteller, and what a great gift. I mean, that you gave us the story of the Christmas tree, and you encourage people to harvest their own trees too, because you look at the adventure you had.
Oh yeah, definitely go out there and try and do that. I highly recommend it. Just make sure that you're safe. You can get your permits at the Elko District Office. They're open from 7:45 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, and you can get your Christmas tree permit until December 24th. So if you want to go on a grand adventure with your family or friends, I highly recommend it.
Oh, yeah, there are a lot of people, and I know some of them listening. They go out in a big group. They take families. They have a little fire and just do the whole fun thing and just, have a great time out harvesting a tree. Well, Evie, what a great story. Again, thank you so much for sharing that. And then you also wanted to make sure people get that you guys you do all kinds of chores at California Trail. You're not just sitting around getting pot holders ready for arts and crafts. You were out snow plowing too.
Yes, I actually had never driven a truck with a snow plow on it before, so that was a real experience that I experienced this morning. My supervisor showed me how it worked, and we got to work together as a team to plow the snow and make sure that you guys can get into the visitor center, park safely out there, and we plowed the snow, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh,
it was. I kind of got the raw end of the deal though, because I had to spread the salt, and now I'm all dry. So next time I'm doing the plow. But I don't think we'll have any shortage of snow though.
Yeah, I think we're in for it this season. And again, that's just why it's so fantastic to have a center like this, just 8 miles west of Elko. You head on Interstate 80. I mean, you're there in just a snap of your fingers practically. It's so close by. And take the Hunter exit. You have a great gift shop, right, Amanda?
Yeah, let me tell you a little bit about that, because we have some great stocking stuffers out there right now, and anybody that's trying to fill up those stockings with unique gifts, like to Elko or to the center or anything like that, we have some really fun stuff out there. And it's not just like little trinkets and things like that. We have really useful things out there, and we actually have over 200 titles in our bookstore as well. So I recommend, if you're a reader, if you like history, if you like rock hounding, there's so many different topics that we have out there. And so definitely come check out the store to get your stocking stuffers. We'll be giving a discount to all of our volunteers that are going to be helping us out for Pioneer Christmas. And Evie, if I'm not wrong, we would still accept some volunteers if they wanted to come on out?
Yes, definitely. If you're interested in volunteering and you want to be a part of Pioneer Christmas, feel free to reach out to the Trail Center, and we're more than happy to take in volunteers. and bring that Christmas joy.
Oh, that's so nice, and what a great way to share your time. Whether you're a student or a senior citizen, or you've got your own kids running around, you know what it takes to help make this a really fun experience for someone, this Pioneer Christmas. Well, that's really cool. I'm so glad that you mentioned that as well.
Yeah.
We're talking with Amanda Halsey and Evie Forster, and they're both from California Trail Interpretive Center. And I wanted to know if you would tell us about the new wagons. I saw that on Facebook page.
Oh, yes, our wagons. They're so beautiful. So we got 2 brand new Conestoga style wagons. And so since it's the winter right now, we are not going to be putting the canvas and stuff on them. So you can come out there and see them without the bows and the canvas on. Still totally functioning wagons. They're so beautiful. They're this deep orange kind of brownish color. It's so, so pretty. So before I got rid of all of the fall decorations to put up the Christmas decorations, I was like, can we get these pumpkins and take photos with these wagons and the leaves? It looks so beautiful and picturesque. And everybody entertained me and let me go out there and take the picture with the whole crew. And so, you can look at that picture on our Facebook page. And even better, you could just come out to the center and take a look at those wagons yourself, because they're so amazing. So much history. And I would be remiss if I didn't talk about James K. Polk, right?
Yes.
It is Polk month, so come on out to the center. We are doing a specialized Gold Fever program on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. As long as there's some people out there, we'll do it. And we're putting an emphasis on James K. Polk, as he was the one that encouraged people to head out to California and get their gold. So come on out and hear that story this month.
Because it's really, media played a big role in this, right? That's why we have an elephant statue,
Yes.
or sculpture, I should say. There's so many things that were going on at the time that were part of what we know as popular culture.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have all of that out there for you to come and take a look at. And I think that the Trail Center is so cool because you can go once and have a really enjoyable experience, and then go again, and you're learning new things and seeing new things, because we're always changing it up out there, keeping it interesting. I just recommend everybody come on out there and get a little piece of history.
And of course, take advantage of many of these programs. They're offered free of charge. That's still the other incredible thing about the center.
Everything's free, including Pioneer Christmas, totally free. The only thing that we ask from you is that you could bring some non-perishable food items that we'll be donating to Fish.
Oh, that's great to know. So make a contribution of some canned goods or other non-perishables for that Pioneer Christmas activity, Home for the Holidays, on December 16th. And it's really popular, but it's fun to be part of that special event too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really, it gives that spirit of the season, right?
Oh yeah, it's magical.
Very, very cool. And then obviously the fun doesn't stop there. I know you talked about clear into the month of December, but I noticed on the Facebook page you're already planning January, February events, right?
Yeah, well, we got to stay on top of that Cowboy Poetry Week, so we are going to be doing lots of really fun stuff for that, I think some leather work, some painting, some poems. We're going to be doing braided rugs and things like that, so we're always busy out there. We've got lots of things to experience, and like you said, always free for the public. So
there's going to be some leather stamping, I noticed, and
that one I'm really excited about, so that should be fun.
And I noticed too that this, just sort of looping back to the December 9th handmade journals, that's another way to encourage people to tell their stories, right?
Yeah, absolutely. As a matter of fact, the pioneers, they would write in their journals about their whole trip. The men and the women's diaries were very different. Men would be like, the weather was like this today. And women would be like, I hope everything's going to be okay. It's very different outlooks. But they would write their whole experience across to getting to California. And then once they got there, they would actually send their diaries back home to their families so that they could read about what they experienced on their trip.
Oh, wow. So that's how some of these diaries were preserved. And we still have access to them, right?
Yeah, we do. Online, of course, you can find anything, but we have a lot of that stuff out at the center as well. We have a little resource library that we use to make our Facebook posts, do, informational programs and things like that. And so at the end of the day, we really want people to come out there and enjoy themselves, but we do want to educate as well, and keep our culture alive.
And it's important that people know that this is a a public facility. I mean, people are planning special events. You've had parties, and I think I've heard of a wedding or two that's been held out there.
Yeah, that has happened. Yes. Yeah. So it's your public land. So yeah, let us know what you want to do, and we'll try to accommodate.
So that's fantastic. Several ways that you can get more information. Obviously, visiting is perfect, but you can also go online and CaliforniaTrailInterpretiveCenter.org, correct?
Yeah, that's it.
Very good. And you can also, well, you have people that answer the phone, but I don't know too many people use the phone anymore. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. We're like, what is that noise? Oh, it's the phone ringing.
Exactly. So these are just some of the fun activities that you get to enjoy. And we love visiting, of course, with people who are so enthusiastic about California Trail Interpretive Center. Just to remind people, too, that the BLM is hosting, as Evie mentioned, those Christmas tree cutting permits. You need to get those permits before you drive out there.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Make sure you get those permits. Make sure you print off the rules and regulations, and have an idea of where you are allowed to cut down those trees, the pinyon pines or the Utah juniper.
Yeah, because it would be easy to mistake something. Yes, you don't want to go on. And they're great maps. You can get all kinds of good advice and information. Some people are also harvesting firewood, which is another use on public lands. And you get permits at the office. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah,
and that was always a fun thing that I did with my family. We would go out and do firewood, and it was always fun.
Yeah, that's great. So whether you're harvesting on public lands or you want to get out and recreate, I'm sure you have a lot of people that like to come and do photography at the Trail Center, right? Because there are all kinds of interesting backdrops.
Oh yeah, absolutely. People are always like, "Can we take pictures?" I'm like, "You can do whatever you want. Go for it. Go for it. It's all free."
And you know something else? I was going to ask Evie if, obviously, being part now of the staff there at the Trail Center, you realize you can see the Hastings cutoff from the center, right? What was that like once you learned the history?
That was pretty amazing to be able to see that location out there. Whenever I do the Gold Fever program, I always point it out to the visitors because it is a historic area that has a lot of meaning to it for the pioneers traveling through it and the Donner Party. I also like to point out the Greenhorn Pass, which is on the opposite side of the visitor center, up on the mountains on private property that people also traveled on. But the main California Trail is on that highway right next to the visitor center. So every time you're driving on the highway, you're actually traveling the California Trail.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And that's just, it kind of gives you goosebumps when you think about it. And if you're not familiar with this story, it's incredible. You'll be able to immerse yourself in it, find out by just visiting the Trail Center. It's good for an hour or two. Don't be surprised if you find yourself out there for 2 or 3 hours because of the exhibits and, the gift shop, the things that you can browse and the books and just the people that you get to meet and talk to because people come from all over the world, right, Amanda?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We've had people from every corner, from, Germany. We've had people in there from even just California that don't even necessarily know the story. So they're always excited they say, "Oh, California, why is it in Nevada?" And I'm like, well, it's all through the whole country, actually.
Exactly. Started in the Midwest, and then they made this trek, and they did it sometimes on foot. And there's stories of, people didn't just pursue gold, but they pursued all kinds of dreams. Some of them, we share the same dreams now. We want good things for our children in the future and our families, and we want to be able to celebrate our traditions and some of these same things the pioneers were looking for, right, Amanda?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so the stories are really as personal as you want to make them, and you'll find lots of inspiration. And I know we're going to hear from you in the months to come, Amanda. I'm really excited about Larry Heislip doing the Artist in Residence.
Yes, I am really looking forward to that as well. His pottery is so beautiful, and so we're going to get to see firsthand how it all comes together. So I'll keep you posted on that.
Great, perfect. I know you'll be back, and we look forward to that. And Evie, will you please come back and tell some more cool stories?
Yes, I love sharing my stories and love going on random adventures. Absolute favorite thing to do.
Well, we're so fortunate to have the two of you, but everybody that's on the staff, California Trail Interpretive Center. It's a small but passionate crew, and they're all dedicated to the different aspects of interpreting our history, but then also including everybody else who has a story to tell and encouraging them, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We have been working on themes for the year to come, and so I've been, we've got our Women's Month. We've got our Native Americans Month. We've got everything at every corner. We've got, just all the history that we can pack in there in a whole year. So
well, thanks for doing that. And I know with National Cowboy Poetry, their theme is right where we belong. And
I love it.
I know, isn't that great? They're, again, great partners. California Trail Interpretive Center, a Western Folklife Center, which is home of the National Cowboy Poetry Gathering, Northeastern Nevada Museum. We love our museum partners as well. Cowboy Arts and Gear Museum. I mean, every single one of you partners together at one time or another. And as you mentioned, Nevada Outdoor School, which they're really doing so much of the heavy lifting because they're sneaky, aren't they, Edie? Because they get kids outside to play. They get them away from those video games and stuff. Not that there's anything wrong with video games, because I always have to put that in there. We don't make anybody mad. But but getting them out on hikes and adventures and getting them to love nature and appreciate history too. So great partners. Thank you both so much.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we'll see you at the California Trail Interpretive Center.
All right, we'll be there.
All right, Amanda Halsey, E.V. Forster, both with California Trail Interpretive Center. We're so fortunate to have dedicated professionals like this in our community. Thank you, listeners, for joining us for another edition of Elko Live Today, our weekday radio show with community news and local information.